Hi guys! So I actually entered a crocheting contest and this was a speed contest. So I'm gonna let you know how that went and tell you all about it. So this was a crochet contest at the state fair. So people from all over the state came and you had to sign up for it in advance. So I actually did this last year and I actually haven't told any of you about it, but I did compete in it last year. And I think last year I got like 9th place. I'm gonna see if I can find the picture to make sure, but I think that's what I got. Last year my goal was pretty much just don't be the last one done, because I had never done a speed crocheting contest before and I wasn't really sure what to expect, and I kind of get nervous when I'm in a contest or there's like a bunch of people watching. So I wasn't really hoping to win or anything. My goal was just to not be the last one done. And I did. I actually got a ribbon last year. So I, did better than my goal last year. Anyways, I'll tell you about this year. So I signed up online in advance. And so this is a live crocheting contest. So you are all there live crocheting with people watching. So before the event, they emailed me and they sent me the pattern, I think maybe a week before, so that I could look over it and practice it. So what we were making is a slice of pumpkin pie, and I forgot that we had to make 2 of them, so I was just thinking that we needed to make 1. But anyways, I actually only practiced it twice. I kind of like almost memorized the pattern after the second time, and so I was like, I'm good, that should be fine. So I only made 2 of them beforehand, and I didn't have the orange yarn at first, so the first one I made was a blue one, and I'll probably put in a picture of that. That was just my practice one. Then I had a tiny ball of the orange yarn, so I practiced one with the orange yarn, and since I didn't have enough, I went to the store to get more orange yarn beforehand, and then I didn't use that skein until the day of. So the day of, I get there and I check in, and so there's like 2 tables put together long ways like this, and on one side is the judges and on the other side there's an audience, so there's like a bunch of seats where people can sit to watch. So last year I sat on the side by the judges where I was facing the audience, and that was not a good idea for me because I was nervous, and at one point while I was crocheting during the contest I looked up at the audience and I saw a bunch of people staring at me, and it made me super nervous, and then I got really shaky and it kind of slowed me down. So this year I was like, I am not sitting on that side, I'm gonna get there early and I'm gonna sit on the opposite side where I don't have to see everybody watching me crochet. So that's what I did. I got my seat on the opposite side this time, and while we were waiting, a lot of the other people were practicing crocheting, but I just didn't really feel like it, so I didn't practice while I was sitting there. And then I also meant to print off the pattern to take with me, and I forgot to do that. So while I was sitting there, I pulled up the pattern on my phone and made sure to memorize it real quick before it started. And then I was going to get my yarn ready to use beforehand. So I go to find the center pole of my skein, and I cannot find it, and I can't find it, and I checked the other end and I cannot find it. And I was sitting there 5 minutes, all these other people are crocheting, and I'm like they're practicing beforehand, and I'm here I can't even pull the string out of the ball of yarn. So it was kind of embarrassing, but eventually I just pulled a whole chunk of the center out, and then I just cut that, threw that in my bag, and I just used the center pull from the rest that was left over that I didn't pull out. So it ended up working out okay, but had I not tried to grab that center pull before it started, that would have been a big issue and it really slowed me down. So I'm glad that I got that ready before the contest actually started. So for this, we had to make 2 of the pumpkin pie slices and we had to weave in the ends. Last year, some people didn't have needles, so they said since everyone didn't have a needle, just skip weaving in the ends, which I was happy about then. But this year they said that we did have to weave the ends in, so I hate weaving in ends and I was not excited about that. But I decided that once we started, I would just crochet all the way through both pieces and then weave in the ends on both at the end. And so that is what I did. And so it was kind of nerve-wracking during the crocheting, and I didn't look up, I didn't look around to see how the other people were doing. I was just focused on my thing and just going and going. And so the first person that finished, she actually finished in 20 minutes and 11 seconds, which is crazy to me, to complete 2 whole pieces and weave in the ends in 20 minutes. Like, wow, that was cool. So I was kind of shocked that someone was done that early, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta hurry. So and then a few more people did finish before me. So by the time I finished, they wrote on my score sheet that I finished in 30 minutes. My boyfriend was counting it and he said it was 27 minutes, so I don't know exactly, something like that. So I think that's pretty good. So for this contest, they don't judge solely on how quickly you got it done. So just because you got done first doesn't mean necessarily that you're going to get first place, because they also judge on your tension. Actually, I have the judging sheet, so I'm going to grab that because I don't remember everything that they judged on. Okay, so I found the judging sheet, and so what they judged on was general appearance, clean and neat. Then under workmanship, they judged on uniform stitches, tension, having uniform tension, the gauge, making sure the gauge is correct for the pattern, and how you attach the yarn, if that looks neat, and if the ends are woven in inconspicuously so that you can't really tell where the ends are, and stitches not being twisted or split. So those are the things that they judge on, which it also includes how quickly you finished also in that, which I think last year I did not get all the points that I could have gotten, but this year I actually did. I got all of the points that I could on that, so that was really cool. I'm happy about that. And oh, I'm actually realizing here that it says that I finished 9th, so I was the 9th person to finish. And actually here it says that I finished in 29 minutes, so 27 or 29. So I'm pretty happy about that. So although I did finish 9th, I did not get 9th place. I actually got 8th place. So I guess that means somewhere in there somebody's stitches were off or their gauge or something like that. So I moved up a place. So I did get a ribbon again this year. So I think last year I got, I want to say 9th or 10th place. And then this year I got 7th. So that's good. I wasn't sure what to expect because there were more people in this contest this year than there were last year. So I was a little nervous and I was hoping to get a ribbon, and I did. So that's really cool. I guess officially, I'm like the 8th fastest crocheter in the state. So that's kind of cool to be able to say. So it was definitely fun. I was definitely nervous and shaking during it, but it was a great thing to do. And I got to meet some other crocheters. So the lady that was sitting next to me, I talked to her a lot and she was really nice. So I got to make some friends while I was there, which is always fun.
These are all of the finished pumpkins of everyone who placed in 1st to 10th place. And mine is the like kind of yellowish green one.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm curious though if this is like a contest in other places or if it's just in my state. I've never really heard anyone else doing like a speed crocheting contest before, so if you've heard of it, I'd like to know, is this like a thing that happens everywhere or is this like a unique thing? Because I'm really not sure. I think it's pretty unique, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But let me know in the comments, have you heard of a crochet contest like this before? And like, have you been in one before? Would you participate in one? Because I think it's pretty fun. Well, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more of my videos, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I post there pretty much daily. Thanks for watching.